Now usually when I introduce a new paper airplane to you guys, I like to do some flight tests. But because the Origami missile is so accurate, today I'm going to be doing some trick shots. And I call this one the double take. Oh, come on! The wind. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Now shockingly, none of my friends were willing to let me throw a projectile tipped with a wooden skewer at their head. What the heck, man? So I enlisted a new friend. Everyone meet George. George is such a trusting friend, man. That didn't even take 3 tries. All right, I hope you guys had as much fun as George and I did with all these trick shots. Give this video 1,000 likes and I will do a dedicated paper airplane trick shots video. I'm not talking low budget like this. I'm talking I will hire a professional film crew. I'll do the whole 9 yards and come up with the best paper airplane trick shot video on YouTube. So let me know that you want to see that by smashing the like button on this video. And let's get folding. All you will need in order to fold this Origami missile is an 8.5 by 11 inch sheet of paper. You may also want a ruler and a bone folder or some other folding object. Neither of those are completely necessary, but you may find them useful. With that, we will begin by folding this right edge to the left edge, as we so often do. And we'll open that back up. And now we want to fold the top 1.5 inches of our paper down. So this is where you'd use your ruler if you need. I have a nice grid on my table, which will help me to estimate that. Anything around 1.5 inches is going to be great. It doesn't have to be exact. And once we've folded that, you'll go ahead and open that up and now fold the top edge to the crease you just made. And you'll fold down like so. And now we'll go ahead and fold this top edge into the center. You're only doing the right side here. And then flip it over and fold the top edge to center here. Okay, and now we will pull this edge here into the center crease, but we're allowing the flap behind it to escape, and we just want to land this edge right here on the center. And we'll flip the paper over and do the same thing over here, where we're pulling this edge into center, allowing that flap to escape. And we'll do the same thing once more, now pulling this edge into the center and allowing all the layers beneath it to escape. You're going to have to work right at the top to make sure that folds. And we'll flip the paper over, do the same thing here, Okay, we're now going to go ahead and pull this whole section right over along that edge, and we'll crease right along that edge. Flip the paper over and do the same thing here. Pulling right along that edge and folding there. And now we're pulling this section here right along that edge. Flip it over, do the same thing here. And now we'll pull this right here along that edge. Flip it over, do the same thing here. Okay, so now I'm going to unfold that crease I just made, and I'm going to fold this edge approximately to this edge right here, but I do want to leave a gap, and this is going to be a thick layer. You want to leave a nice gap here because of the dimension of the paper, because we're going to, once we fold this, we're just folding it back in like that, and it'll get really messy if you don't leave a gap. So I'll flip it over and do the same thing here. I'm opening that up, folding this in, leaving a nice gap. Try to make this crease straight, but it's not going to be a huge deal if it curves slightly. It's hard to get that straight. And again, you're folding it all the way in like so. Okay, our next step is a little bit tricky, and this is where you're going to end up wanting a bone folder or something like that if you're going to use it. That's just going to make this step a little bit cleaner, but you can certainly do it without that. We're going to fold this whole side in, and let me go ahead and make the fold, and I'll explain to you exactly why I folded it the way I did. You can see I'm using the bone folder here to work on this, both on cleaning up the inside of this and flattening it like so. Okay, so why did I fold it where I folded it? Well, first, you're going to find a point a little more than an inch from this point here up on this edge. So you can see my measurement, that's almost 1.5 inches from here to here. And then starting from that point, you're folding this down so that this edge runs right through this intersection of this edge here and this pocket here, because we're going to end up tucking this into that pocket. So it has to go far enough back that it can slide into that area. I'm not going to go ahead and tuck that in yet, but that's the idea of what we're doing here. And I'm going to flip this over and try to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm folding this in. And I can just look at where that ends on this side and try to make mine crease all the way up to that same point on this side. So if yours gets a little sloppy here, that is okay. It's the kind of thing where this plane is going to be spinning, and it doesn't have to be perfectly folded because of that. And again, I wanted this edge to land right at that intersection. Now, I'm going to find this point where this edge here is intersecting this edge, and I'm going to fold from that point there to this corner right here. I'm just folding out right like so. And now I can tuck this in under that flap. And I'll flip this over and do the same thing here, finding that edge, starting at that point and folding to this back corner. And I'll tuck this in. Next, I want to fold from this point right here, where this edge is intersecting this back edge that you can see is just right at that little gap, and I'm folding from there to this corner right here. Okay, and everything that crosses this edge, I want to fold back across that edge. Like so. And now I can flip this over and fold, reverse this existing crease here, and tuck it in under that. So see how that locks together? So we're going to do the same thing here, where now we're folding from this point right here to that corner. Fold everything that crosses this edge back. Flip it over and reverse this existing crease. And tuck this all under there. Make sure that this doesn't come untucked from that pocket right there. And your origami missile is finished. And the way you're going to throw this is you're going to just hold it about here, maybe find a nice place to grab it. You could go a little bit farther forward, but I would say right about the middle of the length of the missile. And you're going to just throw this thing as hard as you can, and you will be surprised at how accurate it is. It is just a very accurate missile and really fun to throw at targets and things like that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had success in folding and flying this plane. I will see you next time.